Hey, well, that was a great article. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I've enjoyed it. You know, Rupert's a great guy for writing that for us. And I've read it over and over and over again. And it seems like every time that I read it, I get another aspect. I understand something more about how the kingdom is like the kingdom of God, and about how the castle is like my local church, my local ministry, and your local ministry. And there's a couple of things I want to kind of highlight or draw out of that I think are really important for us as we think about the kingdom and the castle. And the first one is that the kingdom is not here for the castle. And the kingdom of God is not here for the local church, the local expression. The kingdom of God is not here to move forward and to advance and to grow and to protect the local church or the local ministry. But instead, the local church is here to move forward and to grow and to build and to protect the kingdom of God. And so at first you might think, well, that kind of makes us a little bit more minimal as a local church than maybe we previously thought. But that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, that makes it all the more important. What we do in the local context of the local church has got to be done great. And we've got to reach more and more people, because we are part of this movement of the kingdom of God. And we're here to protect and to move forward and to advance the kingdom of God. And so it's very, very important. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is kind of a mentality, okay? It is the mentality that we put all of our energy and all of our focus and all of our money and all of our time, all of our effort into building up a local church. And that may sound like the right thing right off the bat. And some people may be called to that. But I want to try to expand that conversation a little bit. I think it may be that what we could do is to put more and more of our energy into multiple expressions, multiple small churches, multiple local churches, I mean. So, let me illustrate by this point. Let's say you live in a town of 50,000 people or something like that, right? And many of you probably live in towns that are bigger or smaller or whatever, so just use the percentages. But let's say you're in a town of 50,000 people. And all the churches put together, man, you guys all have a great relationship, and you're reaching out and you're reaching people. And on any given Sunday, you've got 10,000 people attending your churches all together. And that sounds like a pretty big number. There's 10,000 people going to church in a town of 50,000. That's a big deal. But that's only 20%, and that leaves 40,000 people unreached. 40,000 out of 50,000 unreached. Now, do you really think that 4 new churches or 5 or 10 or 20 new churches are going to do anything but grow the kingdom? It's certainly not going to, limit what you do. In fact, there's no way that we could ever get done everything to reach 50,000 people in one church or 10 churches for that matter. So we need to always be starting new churches and helping other churches to get stronger, because we, all of the castles together, have got to move forward in our community to gain more and more ground in the kingdom of God. The reality check is this, that it's going to take multiple castles, multiple local churches and ministries to reach all the people in the communities that God's placed us. So what do I want you to do today? I really want you to pray. And I want you to ask God, what do you want me to do with this information about multiple castles? And maybe what it is that He wants you to do is He wants you to be a part of a church that starts new churches. Or maybe He wants you to be a part of a church that uses the resources that you have to go help others. Maybe He wants you to send some of the best people that you've got out of your place and go, give them to somebody else, because some other church is in need. We all need to be strong, not just one church. All of us need to be strong, across denominations and all that kind of stuff. So you're going to go to your workbook tomorrow and you're going to keep working through this. But today what you're going to do is just take a few minutes and pray and ask God what He wants you to do about this. And tell your coach, and you guys can start working through it. Have a great day. God bless you.